Let's decorate a sketchbook cover together. I start by layering paper and textures. I then experiment with different themes and stickers, taking my time to decide what aesthetic I want to go for. I then create a drawing inspired by the chosen theme. Once done, I cut it out and layer it on the sketchbook. I then add doodles and more stickers. Finish off with sticky back plastic and it's done.
Hola, hoy os voy a enseñar mi sketchbook, cosa que me da mucha vergüenza, pero vamos allá. Suelo trabajar bastante con papel vegetal por la textura y porque me deja apreciar mucho mejor los colores. Literalmente amo dibujar a tradicional, así que estoy usando técnica mixta. Creo que cuando dibujo me dejo llevar bastante y acabo haciendo formas muy orgánicas y mezclando muchos colores y cosas cutes y coquetas. Para mí el dibujo durante mucho tiempo fue una parte muy importante, fue casi terapia y por eso lo dejé de hacer porque lo relacionaba con algo negativo y dejé de dibujar durante mucho tiempo porque relacionaba el dibujar con estar mal. Por suerte ya no es así, estoy volviendo a dibujar y quería agradeceros todo el apoyo que me habéis estado dando. Tengo demasiadas ganas de poder enseñar los proyectos en los que he estado trabajando, pero aún no puedo, pero será pronto, lo prometo. Así que nos vemos muy prontito. Bye!
The sketchbook definitely has the lowest quality paper ever. It really is 600 pages though, so you can just use it for like whatever. I put a bunch of stickers on here, paint markers, I didn't want to waste it. This is well pastels, I didn't want to stain my actual sketchbook, and it worked. This one too. Oh, I hate touching these. Here's just a bunch of markers. I covered up like where it leaked through with just more markers when I was planning. Some printing notes, more like notes, and then I also brought it to Artist Alley and I had people draw me cats at the very end, so I got a bunch of cats from other people. Someone drew this one and ran away without leaving their at, so that's really cool. Yeah, this one I just used to have fun. These pages are like actually like receipt paper thin, but it works.
Come back. And what I wish you'd tell me to. Elevation should feel under. I can't help but wonder how far I was cluttered by the rain.
Alright guys, little sketchbook tour. Here we go. So this is kind of my travel one and there's not much in it yet, but I will show you everything it has so far. First page, nothing, not surprising, but don't worry, once we get into it we'll find some stuff, because if you know me, you know that I never start a sketchbook drawing on the first page. Alright, here is the first drawing we have. Not the best, but it was a fun quick one. Here's the next one. The reference photo is actually a screenshot zoom in of the Arc de Triomphe in Spain. Honestly, this one is like just kind of a bad little quick sketch, so it's not very good. This one is from a different like paper, but I liked it, so I just taped it in here. It's Black Widow, by the way. Oh hey, I actually like totally forgot about this page. It's not like my favorite, but it's a little bird page. Next we have a little Spider-Man sketch. I do like the colors on this one. On the back of this one we have a sketch of the Winter Soldier. I also like the colors on this. I did like green, pink, blue, purple, a bunch of fun colors on that, so that was cool. And then this is not really the best, but it's just like a head. What do you call that? A bust? Statue? Whatever. Here's the back of the next page, and I actually really like how this style turned out. Next is a Luna Moth page, because I thought they were kind of cute. And also it's kind of annoying because these pages are a bit see-through, but whatever. Here's a cheetah page. We have a zebra shark page. I actually really like this one. It's so cute. And then an orca page. I had a lot of fun with this one. This was actually from when we were learning how to draw perspective in my art class. This was me testing out a new watercolor brand. Random doodle page from art class. Okay, now this one is like an actual art piece. This is the Winter Soldier, and okay, look at that shine though. I did the pencil like so hard on this. Like there is so much, I mean, look at that. I just barely touched it. But yeah, there is a lot of pencil on that page. This is just a cool little souvenir I kept. I drew it at this museum. And on the other side was this one. It's kind of off, but like I just kept it. And that's all for now.
I think it's safe to say that we all got influenced by Izzy's TikTok and bought a sketchbook and the same Stabilo Pen 68 set. I cannot draw to save my life, but I'm trying to let go of perfectionism and also get better at sketching things I see. So this is what I've done so far. Please don't judge. These are some random ones. I drew the snake plant in my apartment. I drew a bearded dragon on a skateboard. I also have been drawing a lot of pigeons because there's a lot of pigeons in New York and they're really cute. I love it when they're sleeping, so I kind of drew one in this like sleeping position. The lips look a little weird there. Pigeon with a weirdly long neck. I saw this on Pinterest. I thought like, oh, that can be cute to draw. Pigeons, more pigeons, ducks. I love ducks. I found it really easy to draw vegetables and fruits because it leaves a lot of room for imperfections. It doesn't really have to be perfect. Sushi, some random patterns I saw on Pinterest. I also found some cool like doodling exercises on TikTok. Like it could look like this. It's really cool. Flower.
Even if you have never drawn a specific creature before, you can use this simple approach to study them. Let's take this trash panda for example. I start by drawing a central line which acts as a guide for symmetry. Then I sketch the biggest shapes I can see. An oval for the head and these two shapes for the paws. They aren't even precise. You don't need to worry about it at this point. Then I add middle-sized shapes like the one for the mouth, 2 triangles for the ears, and small circles for the eyes. Once I'm satisfied with the overall position of these shapes, I begin adding more details. I divide the paw shapes into individual fingers, pay attention to distances and proportions, and make adjustments if needed. Using a quite hard HB pencil and using it lightly allows me to correct any mistakes or messy lines as I go. Starting with the darkest values, I gradually add shading, working my way through mid-tones. For the finest details, I switch to a softer pencil. A mechanical pencil with 2B lead comes in handy for fine lines, hatching, or tiny details. I often use a blending stump. This is especially useful when capturing the fluffiness of an animal or when it's very smooth and fabulous. And for pinpoint erasing, like for white whiskers, this elastomer eraser provides the clean finish I'm looking for. So don't be intimidated if you haven't drawn some animal before. Observe the reference, embrace the simplicity of shapes, don't worry about the mistakes, and let your pencil bring them to life.
I've been really slacking with my art during this pregnancy and I just want to find a way to take the load off, so I'm thinking I'm going to start a sketchbook series. I'm going to be having a baby in the next couple weeks and that seems really scary, so I feel like committing to canvases is just too much. So instead I'm pulling out my handy dandy sketchbook that I got from Walmart and my handy dandy and my handy dandy paints that I also got from Walmart, and we're just, this is it really, this is what we're doing. I'm trying to find a balance because I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm just not creating art, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm stressed about creating art, and I think that this is like a really good place to find some middle ground. I mean, I've never had a baby before and I really don't know what I'm getting into, so I figured this was just, you know, it was a solution to my problem of not creating art. Anyway, I painted this blue heron because I'm like obsessed with them and I see them all over the place and they are very magical to me and I like it. I think it turned out cute. I want to get better at working in my sketchbook and I want to keep creating, so a sketchbook series is what I'm going to try, and you can follow along if you want.
Hello fellow artists, and welcome to the first ever video in my new art journal prompt series. In this series I plan to give one prompt per week to spark some inspiration for your art journal. Today's prompt is all about visual diary entries and capturing moments not with words but with drawings. The thing I like about this prompt is you can put really as much or as little into it as you'd like, and the end result will still probably always be fun to look back on. For example, if you're intimidated by the idea of making a visual diary entry every single day, you can scale it down and just do it once a month. So for example, this is a diary spread for the entire month of November where I drew myself in my favorite outfit and I wanted to document some of my favorite foods and leisure activities and goals and really just anything I wanted to remember. If you're looking for something a bit more simple, this idea can be scaled down even further by taking like 2 minutes out of your day to draw one tiny moment. Whether it's happy or sad, or a really outrageous quote from one of your friends or family members. They're always so fun to look back on. I want to emphasize too, these drawings don't have to be beautiful in any regard, like what is that? So even if they end up looking like utter crap, they still might become your favorite pages in the whole sketchbook. Also, mistakes are charming, so just keep that in mind.
I can't pay your love. Look is too trivial for you. Oh, my life is falling apart. Maybe no one will notice if I disappear.
Anything else is like going to the store, taking the disc and walking out the door. It's called thieving, stealing, taking what not yours. That's thieving, stealing, taking what not yours, taking what not yours, taking what not yours. That's
I got these 3 mini sketchbooks to decorate and put on my Etsy when my Etsy reopens. Gosh, that was a tongue twister. Anyway, one of them had like a drawing, a scribble in the back, and I only noticed after I got them, so this one's gonna be my one. And you know, with my personal sketchbooks, I attack them. I scratch at them, I bite them, I throw them in the river, and then put stickers on them. I don't know if I want to do the same vibe as the sketchbooks I'm going to put on my Etsy, but I know if I do, I need to figure out a new way to seal the covers. Sticky back plastic will work, but it won't really look as professional on this kind of sketchbook. I can't use the gloss I use my painted sketchbooks, it will just completely mess up and make all the paper shrivel up. Is there like a spray-on sealant I could use? If anyone has any ideas, let me know. Also, give me ideas for the other 2 sketchbooks. I do want to base them off some comments and some ideas, because I haven't done that kind of challenge in a while. You could give me a prompt, or like an idea you have, or maybe some emojis to base a sketchbook off. Maybe even a character. Anyway, what do you think of this one? My mom said it reminded her of like a fridge.
One eye open when I'm sleeping. One eye.
What the dog doing? Beep, boop, boop, bop, boop, boop. What? Our table! Oh, I like it thick.
Have you ever had a dream?
Nope. Bruh.
My name is Jeff.
Red light!
I'm sorry for starting again. Can we please start it again? I'm sorry.
How I keep motivation to actually finish my sketchbooks. So firstly, I have this poster of a mildly threatening fish on my wall. That's fun. But a major thing actually is the size of the sketchbook, which is a huge factor because something like this is a lot more entertaining than something like this. As you can see, I also prefer using brighter colors just because I find something like this a lot more boring than something like this. Another way I love keeping sketchbook motivation is challenging myself with quantifiable goals. For example, challenging myself to draw 100 houses or 500 fish. So this way, my goals in practice will seem a lot more worth something because there is an endpoint in sight. This is an example of how I improve my art with this technique. Another thing is just to experiment with materials. Personally, I love doing mixed media and it keeps a lot of motivation. Lastly, just draw what you like. No one's really forcing you to draw anything that you don't like. Personally, I love drawing sea creatures and that's like what a lot of my pages are filled with. Okay, bye!
Do not get this sketchbook. It's fallen apart on me so many times. This is the Artist Loft hardcover watercolor book, and it's worked for me for a few months until this happened. Right now, I'm using the Paul Rubens watercolor journal, and it's worked really well for me. But also, everyone's been asking me what kind of supplies I use for my art, so I'm going to tell you basically all the materials that I've been using recently. Specifically for commissions, I'm using the Strathmore watercolor paper so I can tear it out individually. A big part of my art is using gold ink, so I use the Winsor & Newton gold ink in 30 mils. This is what makes my art look like a storybook, and it's kind of characteristic of my personal style. For watercolors, I really like using the Winsor & Newton Cotton watercolor paint set. It's very transparent and I kind of get the effect that I want. I don't have specific brushes, but this liner brush allows me to do details. I have a liner brush and I also have a thicker brush for shading. For flat brushes, I only have 2. They allow me to blend things really, really nicely, especially this really thick one. For ink, I only have 4 different types. These are really waterproof, but the only caveat is that although I get different sizes and they work really well for me, they run out of ink really, really quickly. So you might have to budget for those.
Guys? Interactive stuff for a sketchbook. Flashlight. Vivid background. Pocket. Hidden messages. How about pictures?
Unfortunately, due to time, people change, priorities change, and the way people...
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. Oh no. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
What do you know about being a normal teenager, you freak?
You were watching, weren't you? I told you I could totally swim.
Looked more like you were trying.
How I feel about certain design choices with little to no explanation. Yes. Yes. Absolutely not. For me, this one's 50-50. 100% no. Yes, and I don't care that it's impractical. I hate these. I think I might hate this even more. Yes, of course. No. Yes, I've grown really fond of this. Surprisingly, I actually like this.
Decorate my new sketchbook with me.
So I came into this without a plan, really. I just knew that I wanted green because that's my favorite color. And I also knew that I wanted to leave some space in the middle just because I thought it would add some more personality if I added more stickers to it over time. Especially if they're like stickers or gifts or ones that I find from local artists. Honestly, anything like that, I just thought it would be cute, so I decided to leave some space in the middle. All done.
Ideas for filling your sketchbook. Friends' pets. Portraits of her fave influencer. Me. Art based on her fave animal. Song lyric inspired page. Character crossovers. Draw on top of pieces of scrap paper.
Remember
decorate my new art creation sketchbook with me? Size comparison from my previous sketchbooks. All my stickers. Waboom! Now we do the back! Even bigger waboom! Thanks for watching.
Decorating my new sketch book. Tried making a border, but came out poopy. Cute Sanrio stickers. I thought about putting Ramona in the middle, but it didn't seem
Try
right.
with SD instead. Finally making use out of these stickers. Buttons! I got rid of the BSD sticker. Entirely BC, maybe less is more. Done! Two!
My therapist said that my paintings have finally started to get better, and that she's a lot less concerned about my mental stability. She's been disturbed by every single painting I've ever shown her, until I made this little blue guy named Bingo. Now that I know what my therapist likes, I decided to paint Bingo in a brand new adventure. I put him in the middle of an ocean with nobody around to save him. And the ocean is also made of hydrochloric acid instead of water. And every time he's close to being completely dissolved, his entire body regenerates. He tries to scream, but there's no sound, just little bubbles.
Now work like a job application. Now work like a job application. Now work like a job application. Now work like a job.
Fill this crazy sketchbook page with me. You have been warned. So first, let's make a drawing. There we go. Let's cut it out. Now let's choose some papers for the background. And now we're fixing the background a bit, putting the sticker. Oh my god, oh.
Hoy voy a estar decorando mis sketchbooks con stickers. Son nuevos, este es de Juju y es para marcadores. Y me preguntan mucho dónde consigo mis stickers. Los compro en expos de anime que voy y la mayoría son de artistas independientes. Justo hoy voy a una aquí en Veracruz. Invítenme. Todo lo que está aquí me representa y lo amo. Este es más pequeño y es de Temu y es para acuarela. Últimamente mi hiperfijación con Jujutsu Kaisen regresó de nuevo. Y la primera persona que adivine mi personaje favorito le doy follow back. Modo difícil. Y así quedaron.